Hello, welcome back to my channel Lickle Dashy Creations. In this video we're going to making one of these super cute starburst grannies. I just love these, they're just so lovely. You can use lots and lots of different colour combinations like I have here, but they're just amazing and they're really simple to make as well. So I'll be using UK terminology, but I will put a US conversion on the screen as well. Yarn I'm going to be using today is this cotton and acrylic mix. I absolutely love using cotton and acrylic mix. I think they just look so nice, but you can use absolutely any yarn that you would like. I'll be using a 4mm hook to match my yarn. Just got my scissors and my wool needle. So let's make a start. Okay, so we'll start off with this centre ring, so round one. We've got this lovely bright yellow colour. So I'm just going to begin by making a slip knot and getting onto my hook. And then we're going to start by chaining 4. And we'll go 1, 2, 3 and 4. And then we're going to do treble crochet, or if you're in the US, double crochet into the first chain that we did, so into this one. So the 4 chain is going to be a 1 chain that we're going to work into, and these 3 are going to count as a first treble crochet, and we want 16 in total. So treble into the very first one that we did. So now we have 2, we want 16 in total, so we want a further 14 trebles all worked into this first chain that we did. Three, 4, 14, 15, so 1 more, and that's 16 in total, including your first chain 3. Then we're going to join in the very top of that chain 3 with a slip stitch to join the round. And that is round 1 complete, and you can tie off this colour. So I just pull out my yarn, snip and tie it in a knot. That's round 1 complete. Okay, so we're now ready for round 2. So we're going to work this round here in this orange, and these are made up of 2 treble clusters. We're going to do a treble cluster into the top of each of the trebles that we did in round 1. So we're going to add our next colour, and we'll add it into the top of any of our trebles that we did from round 1. You can just tie your colour on in any way that you're used to. I simply just tie it on like so. Now to begin with, we're going to chain 3, and this is going to be part of our first stitch. So 1, 2, 3, and this is going to form part of our first cluster. Then we're going to do a treble into the same stitch. We're then going to chain 1, and then we're going to work our 2 treble clusters into each of the remaining 15 stitches. So we're going to yarn over, through the stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, into the stitch, pull through 2, then pull through all 3, and that's our 2 treble cluster. Chain 1 and do the same into the very next one. Pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through all 3 and chain 1. We're going to continue all the way around doing our 2 treble clusters, with one chain in between. Just have a little count up, see where we are. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 15, 16. So 16 in total. Always worth having a little count up just to make sure that you're on track, 'cause it's easy to put an extra one in, especially where you've made your first chain. So that's why I always like to have a bit of a count, just to make sure we're on track. Last one. Chain one, and then we're going to join into the top of the first one that we did. And then we can tie off this colour in the same way. And there we have our round 2 complete. Okay, we're now ready for round 3, so we're going to be doing this orangey one here, and similarly to round 2 we're going to be doing treble clusters. We're going to do a 3 treble cluster in each space with a chain of 3 in between each of them. So we're going to join our colour again, so in any of the chain 1 spaces you can join your colour. I just love these orangey colours. I think this would make a really good autumn project. I think I might make these into a nice autumn bag. I think that would be really good. Perfect. So we're going to start this round by chaining 3, and this will form part of our first stitch. We're then going to do 2 treble cluster to finish this cluster of 3. So just like we done the last round, a 2 treble clusters. So pull through all 3. I'm going to chain 3 and then move into the next space and do a 3 treble cluster. So yarn over into the space, pull through 2, yarn over into the space, pull through 2, yarn over into the space, pull through 2, and then when you have 4 loops on your hook, pull through all 4. And then we're going to chain 3 again, and we're going to continue that all the way around in each space. Hoops, 1, 2, and 3. last one. And we're going to chain 3, and then we'll join in the very top of that first cluster 2 that we did. So just there in this stitch here, we'll join with a slip stitch. And there we have round 3 complete. So we can tie off this colour again in exactly the same way. And then we can add our final round. Okay, so it's now time to add this final round, and we're going to make this into a square. So let's make a start. So you can add your next colour into any of these chain 3 spaces that we did. So just pick any, doesn't matter which, and add your next colour. Just going to tie it into a knot as I usually do. And try and get it toward the edge, the end of your space there, because that's where our corner is going to be. So again, like the others, we're going to start this round by chaining 3. And this is going to count as a treble crochet. We're going to do a further 2 trebles into this same space. We're then going to chain 2. And then we're going to do another 3 trebles into the same space. And then we have just created our first corner. So just like this. We're then going to move into the next space, and we're not going to chain in between. We're going to move directly into the next space, and we're going to work 3 half trebles. So yarn over and pull through all 3. And do that 3 times. Yarn over, pull through all 3. Oops, caught a bit there. One last time. Yarn over and pull through all 3. We're then going to move into the next one. We're going to work 3 double crochets. So straight into the space, pull through 2. Straight in, pull through 2, straight in and pull through 2. And then we're going to work directly into the next one, and we're going to do 3 half trebles again. So yarn over, pull through all 3, yarn over, pull through all 3, yarn over, pull through all 3. So that's 3 half trebles into that space. We're back to a corner again, so we're going to move up to trebles into this one. So yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. I'm going to do another 2 of those. Pull through 2, pull through 2. Oops, pull through 2, pull through 2. We'll then chain 2 again, because this is a corner, and we're going to work another 3 trebles into the same space. So yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over, 2, one more, and there we have our next corner. So as you can see, we're starting to make this into a square. So we'll move down the sizing stitch now. So this next space we'll do 3 half trebles. So yarn over, pull through all 3. 3 of those. It's getting a bit catchy. And the next one would just be your double crochets, or if you're in the US, singles. So 3 of those. We'll move up a size again for the next one, so that'll be 3 half trebles. Pull through all 3. Pull through all 3. Pull through all 3, and then we'll be at a corner again. So we've gone up to trebles. Three of those. And then we're at a corner, so we're going to chain 2 and do 3 more into the same space. 1, 2, 3. Drop down the size so your half trebles. 3 of those. Next one will be your double crochets. Next one, back up to your half trebles. And then we're back to the corner, so our trebles. 1, 2, 3. Chain 2 for the corner, and another 3 into the same space. Always a set of 2 into a corner, and that's a general rule for any square that you're doing. That's the final side, so we're going to move up a stitch, so it'll be the half treble. 3 of those. Single or double, should we say, as we're in the UK. I do wish we had all the same. Who else wished that they was all the same so it didn't confuse us? And the last space is there just for your half trebles. And then we can join into the very top of the first chain 3 that we did. And that'll be just here. And join our round. And there we have a square. And then what I always do to finish off is I always go around the very edge with a double crochet. I think this just really tidies the edges up and makes it just look very, very neat and tidy. So I'm going to do that in each of the stitches. I'm going to chain 1 to start off with, and then I'm going to work a double crochet in each stitch all around. In the corner I'm going to work 1 double crochet, then I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to work another double crochet. I'm going to do that for every corner, and then just work my way all the way around with 1 double crochet into the top of each stitch. And I think this just makes your squares look really neat and tidy. You don't have to do that, you could just finish on that last round if you wish. But this is what I like to do, just for completeness. Right at the end now, so that's our last one, and then we can go into that first chain with a slip stitch to join. Oops, a little bit tight. And there we have our completed beautiful square. Tie that off. Beautiful. So that's our square completed, well, almost complete. You just need to weave in all of your ends. There's quite a few ends to weave in, but weave them in nice and neatly, otherwise they can come undone in the wash. Also, if you can see, this one's being blocked, so it's a lot sharper in corners than this one. But once you pop it on the block, which I would recommend you doing with all of your squares, pop them on, spray them with a misting of water, and leave them just for a few hours or overnight, whichever you do, and then they all come off in a really lovely even shape. So beautiful, love that. Hope you managed to make yourself a beautiful starburst granny. If you did, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, and also consider subscribing to my channel. I've got many other videos on my channel with lots and lots of different granny squares, so take a look at those, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching and happy crochet.